First time I heard about this event, probably about 15 years ago, I thought that this small community far from my country care about the victim of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. It really touched my heart. I feel so grateful the people who has compassion, and I am really honored to be a part of this community and helping this event.
It was August 6, 1945, when the United States dropped the world's first atomic bomb on the city of Hiroshima, Japan. The explosion instantly killed 80,000 people, and it destroyed the city. 3 days later, the U.S. dropped another atomic bomb on Nagasaki, killing 40,000 people in the explosion. The people who were further from the epicenter survived the explosion, but they were severely wounded and burned. During the following months, thousands more died from injuries and radiation caused by the bomb. The two bombings caused the deaths of over 129,000 people, and they're the only nuclear weapons used in the warfare history of the world.
Nothing remained except a few buildings of reinforced concrete. For acres and acres, the city was like a desert, except for scattered piles of brick and roof tile. I had to revise my meaning of the word destruction, or choose some other word to describe what I saw. Devastation may be a better word, but really, I know of no word or words to describe the view.
2 years after the bombing, the citizens of Hiroshima gathered together to perform the Japanese tradition of floating lanterns. The tradition has since spread across the globe, and each year in early August, people all around the world float lanterns in remembrance of the victims of the bombings, sharing their heartbroken tears and uniting towards the cause of peace. This beautiful and moving tradition provides an opportunity to restore our commitment and hope for building a brighter future.
So this is the 35th annual Arcata Lantern Floating Ceremony. The ceremony was started 35 years ago by No Nukes Arcata Committee, who was interested in us doing whatever we can to stop nuclear proliferation, to work towards nuclear disarmament, and encourage us to have more peace and harmony and safer environmental practices in our world.
I think it's great. It's fun to come in the morning to the farmer's market and have a project to do and reflect on people that have passed away that we love. I brought my son, he's a Cub Scout, and he's reflecting on this as well. This whole event, is something that he can participate in as a community event, but something that's somber and reflective. I just made one for my father who passed away, and just some nature scenes and things that made me think of him.
I thought about, how remarkably unusual a morning star is. You don't expect it, and we have that ability to do the unexpected within us at all times.
It's pretty neat. It's a neat way to remember people we've lost. I'm just writing messages to the people I had to say goodbye to too early in life, and I look forward to going and watching it being sent out tonight.
We've been coming on and off for many years, since my daughter was about 6. She's now 23, so quite a few years. I had a friend who lived here with her daughter, and she was born near the spot, Nagasaki, not far. Her family all died of cancer, and recently she died of cancer, but she used to come to this event with us, with her daughter. Well, I think especially right now, the light of peace is really important that it shine, and nuclear war is obviously an anachronism, and it strikes me as very bizarre that there's even any discussion about it currently. And I think the Russian guy who said that only the strongest and the most clever will be the one to come to the negotiation table first. It's very smart in this case because both leaders have a need to be the strongest. Maybe they'll realize that strength is not in sending off bombs.
Our event promotes environmental sustainability because one of the most profound threats to our environment is nuclear disaster. By working towards nuclear disarmament, working towards peace, there are many things we can do to help reduce the repercussions of nuclear power.
So this is in memory of her grandpa George, who passed this year, and he lived in Star Valley, and this is his house.
I'm here visiting from San Diego, and I think it's really amazing that we get to take part in the Lantern Festival, and we're going to release some of our emotions, and it's going to be great.
Since I'm not able to go to her service today, maybe I can send a message to her.
Probably not without crying.
Time to show you.
So this is my family, last name, family, happiness, and fortune or good luck.
Here in support of an idea, which is of rising and becoming more than I was yesterday. I can read it to you. Out beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right doing, there is a field. I'll meet you there. When the soul lies down in that grass, the world is too full to talk about.
For me, they just symbolize a way to remember that even though they're not with us on the land anymore, they're always with us in our hearts and watching over us.
This event not only promotes environmental stability in its efforts to work towards stopping nuclear proliferation. We have our event at the Arcata Marsh, which is this wonderful area of reclaimed wetlands in Arcata. The marsh in and of itself is an amazing testament to our community's efforts towards environmental sustainability. Also, we have these bases. The bases, most of them are made from local recycled lumber, and we reuse them every year. We also recommend that people bike or walk to the event and carpool, and we provide shuttles. We really promote people being more kinetically powered.
I want to welcome everyone here to the 35th Annual Lantern Floating Ceremony. This lantern ceremony was begun 35 years ago to commemorate the U.S. atomic bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in 1945, and to affirm our community's dedication to the cause of peace. In recent years, the meaning of the ceremony has expanded to include the original ancient Japanese custom of floating lanterns to honor the memory of departed loved ones. And I believe we have over 300 lanterns we'll get to take off into the waters this evening. So before we set afloat our lanterns, we will launch 3 lanterns representing our reflections on sorrows and hope in the past, the present, and the future. This is for the past. 72 years ago, this month, atomic bombs were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Over 100,000 people died who were only guilty of being a citizen of a nation that was at war with the United States. This ceremony and others like it around the world help us to remember their deaths. So this is for the present. 122 nations have signed a treaty banning nuclear weapons. We hope that other nations will also sign. This said, it is our fate to live in an era when the threat of nuclear weapons is once again increasing. Iran is probably making the fuel for nuclear bombs, and North Korea is developing ICBM missiles that could deliver a bomb to a target far distant from its shores. And this is for the future. As always, the future is uncertain, but we must hope. The problems that we face are neither small nor simple. We need to use our intellect to search for answers. Answers as to how the threat of nuclear war can be permanently removed, and answers as to how we can live sustainably on this planet.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Standing up for peace, I'm gonna let it shine. Standing up for peace, I'm gonna let it shine. Standing up for peace, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Opening up my heart, I'm gonna let it shine. Opening up my heart, I'm gonna let it shine. Opening up my heart, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
There's this tremendous potential for healing, and doing so together as a community in this really beautiful, loving way. Here we are in the Arcata Marsh, the bay on one side, this beautiful lake, all these good people. We're floating these lanterns that people have spent the day decorating and writing the names of loved ones into the lake, and they float out there as we at once both let them go and hold on to them in, again, a kind and loving and supported way. It's really a profound, I think, opportunity for us as a community to find healing and support.
Peace is the ultimate goal for all human beings, I think. It would be wonderful living in a world without conflict. Makes me feel my heart warm and thankful that people do care, and it makes a community together. To me, Humboldt is a great place that the people are nicer. I, as an individual person, cannot achieve a big thing, but with the community together, I think achieve more bigger.